AM 1460, the new WXBR. You are listening to the Metro South Morning Show, PM in the AM. Peter Czymbor here with you on this Friday morning. Joining me now via the telephone is the youngest heavyweight champion in the history of boxing, who since retiring has been inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame and starred in his own one-man show. Next Friday, he begins a new business venture as his company promotes its first ever professional boxing card. We welcome to the program Iron Mike Tyson. Mike, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, Peter, thank you for having me, man. It's just a pleasure being here, really, it is.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. Next Friday, Turning Stone Casino in Verona, New York. Your fight card broadcast nationally on ESPN's Friday Night Fights. What made you want to get involved in the promotional end of the boxing game after all your years as a fighter?
Well, you know, my partner, Gary Jonas, he gave me he gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. I looked at the roster. We need new recruits, but this looks like it's going to be an interesting ride. It's something I really love to do. I really love fighters, and eventually, if I have some time while I'm promoting, I like to train fighters as well. You know, really, one of the really reasons why I got involved is because I really want to train fighters. That's really what I want to do. I really want to have an opportunity to do that and see how my training skills will be. But at the moment, I won't be doing that. I'll be dedicating most of my time to the promotion side. But eventually, if things continue to go well, I would really like to go on the training side and work with some fighters. That's really what I want to do.
How hands-on are you in the promotional end of this company?
Well, I'm in the office right now. I'm taking calls, arranging calls, meeting people, making meetings. I've never did. This has taken up so much time of my life. I've never done anything like this and I have so much stuff that's already on the table, but I'm really looking forward to this. Is so overwhelming, but it's just so enthusiastic. It just, it gives me such a high being involved. Listen, you know what's so funny about it? Because nothing's happening. We don't have, we're not doing nothing, but it's just so exciting. It's just so exciting. It's here taking calls, and this is just so exciting. It's almost like, it's so strange because it's almost like you're wanted. People are calling you, you're doing business, you're talking to people you haven't talked to in 25 years. Everybody's still in the business.
Are you wearing a suit and tie nowadays, going to the office, as opposed to wearing your sweats and going to the gym?
No, I got some high tops, Sergio Ferragamo sneakers. I got some white jeans. I got a white Parton Jack John T-shirt. No, I'm not the typical tie and shirt guy. I'm capable of doing that stuff, but I'm just working out we just got in here. We just got in here a week ago, 2 days ago, something to that effect.
Well, we're chatting with Mike Tyson here on WXBR. Mike, throughout most of your career, you were promoted by Don King, one of the biggest promoters in the history of boxing, and in some quarters, a lot of people thought that he financially exploited you as a fighter. What will you do differently as a promoter now that you're in charge on the promotional end?
Well, I'll make sure those fighters will get what they have coming to them. If they have $2 coming to them, they won't get 50 cents. Okay?
Sounds good, Mike.
And know what else? And this is something else I wanted to say. I wanted people to hear this. On my watch, well, long time, they'll do it on their own. But they'll never have to wake up and go through out there and say, hey, what happened to my money and friends? They'll never have to do that as long as I'm involved. They have to spend the money on themselves and on their friends. They won't have to worry about nobody taking it or giving them money, $5 and they deserve $7. They won't have to worry about that.
Mike, you're in the process of making the transition from boxing career to boxing promoter. Another fighter who has done that, and incredibly successfully, is Oscar De La Hoya, who has Golden Boy Promotions, either the number 1 or number 2 promotion in the United States. How influenced were you by what Oscar De La Hoya has done since retiring from his boxing career?
Hey, I've never been influenced by Oscar, but I've always been very proud. And I never really thought I could really do anything like promotion or anything until I realized that I can. But you have to look at those guys and know what 50 Cent also impressed me more than anything. You know why more so 50 Cent than anybody? Because he's not even in the boxing business. He's a goddamn rapper, actor, and he just came into the business, and he did well. His first show was good. It was a good-looking first show, and that inspired me more than anything, because when you look at Oscar and you look at these other guys, you don't think you could do it because, he's a nice, pretty boy. He has a good reputation. I've been in prison a bunch of times and stuff, and, people have they have those views about things. But when I saw 50 do it and stuff, that just inspired me so much more than anything. You know what I mean?
I actually was at 50 Cent's boxing show. It was great.
50 Cent, yeah, his boxing show inspired. It wasn't a lot of people at the show and stuff, I don't know, but the card was awesome. You went and it was an entertaining card. I don't know how long he can keep that going, but I like to be involved with him, and me and him can run a show together, and we can help. Man, this could be so good. I have so many ideas. If that's only, because, of course we're in boxing, and boxing, the name of the game is just to be number one and destroy all the competition and hate people that you don't even know and stuff, so I'm just willing. I don't have no enemies. I'm everybody's friend. I'm cool with everybody. I just try not to be, when you're everybody's friend, I just try not to be an enemy to myself, because some people just can't be friends. They're just not born to be friends,
You mentioned 50 Cent, who got involved in the promotional end of boxing, and you'd like to co-promote a show with him someday. Didn't 50 Cent buy your house, if I'm not mistaken, in Connecticut?
Yeah, he still has it, too.
So you and 50 Cent actually know each other to some degree?
Yeah, big time. I was at his office and stuff, you know what I mean? I'm just hoping one day, because I have a champion. He has Gamboa. I have Mendez, and hopefully he's the 130. Thank you. He's the 130-pound champion, Mendez, and hopefully Gamboa will move up the weight and fight him. I saw that Gamboa tried lightweight division. It was a little difficult, so maybe he should try to fight the junior lightweight division. And if he wins there against my man Genis Mendez, then he can move up and fight for the lightweight title. You know what I mean? But it'd be very awesome, because he'd be coming in, if he had the opportunity to beat Mendez, he'd be coming in as the junior lightweight champion, challenging the lightweight champion. That would be more credible than just him going in as Gamboa fighting for the lightweight title.
Well, it's next Friday night, ESPN Friday Night Fights. Mike Tyson's promotion's main event are Genis Mendez versus Arash Usmani for the Junior Lightweight World Championship. Mike,
that's going to be so good, man. Man, I can't wait if we can get Gamboa in the ring with Mendez.
Well, he's got to take care of business next Friday first before we can even consider that. Mike, this fight...
Absolutely.
This fight is...
man, that's so awesome, Peter.
This fight is going to be broadcast on ESPN Friday Night Fights. And, Mike, I wanted to ask you about this because the analyst on ESPN Friday Night Fights Boxing is Teddy Atlas, who was your amateur trainer. And you guys had a rather contentious falling out in your amateur days and haven't spoken since. Have you considered what's it going to be like, perhaps conversing with Teddy again?
I'm not mad at anybody. Isn't Teddy close to 60 years old? I'm sure he doesn't want to fight anybody and be angry with anybody. We're not going to live long anyway. Time is getting short. I'm sure that... getting any altercation is just a waste of time. Okay? It's just a waste of time. I don't want to fight anybody. I want my fighters to do all the fighting.
So if you and Teddy run into each other next Friday, everything's going to be cool?
Well, with me, I'm definitely cool. You know what I mean? Shit. I'm just happy. I don't have no problems with Teddy.
Once again, we're chatting with Mike Tyson here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. Mike, you've got two junior lightweights in your main event next Friday. You were part of that last crop of great American heavyweights with Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, the second coming of George Foreman, even Michael Moore. Who do you see on the horizon in terms of American heavyweights that can make a mark in this business?
Hey, they're not here yet. If they are, we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them.
Well, we'll be paying attention. Mike, one last question. You recently concluded your tour of your one-man show, very successful by all accounts, critically and commercially. Will you tour again with the one-man show? Is there a DVD release in the works?
In November and December. I'm going to do it in November and December, and that's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, like I was saying, I'm very grateful, man. Like, as far as Teddy and all those guys, anybody, Don King, listen, man, I have no problem with anybody. I'm just one of the most grateful people in the world. So I don't have to worry about me having no problems with nobody.
In this new,
of course, of course, people, assault me and threaten my, of course, I have to defend myself the best way I can. But other than that, I'm a pacifist.
Hopefully, no one is dumb enough to insult you, Mike.
If they do, it's nobody's business. It's not my business, okay?
Well, that's Mike Tyson joining us here on AM 1460, the new WXBR.
Yeah, Genis Mendez. Mendez is going to be the next great small fighter. Once we get these guys to fight him, this business that we live in, everybody's fighting everybody else. Nobody wants to fight. It's not like, it's not like if I fight Mendez, they're going to make $20 billion or something, okay? No one's going to make a great deal of money. I think all the best fighters in the world should fight each other. We should find out who's the best.
Well, we're going to be watching next Friday night our Genis Mendez versus Arash Usmani on ESPN Friday Night Fights from the Turning Stone Casino in Verona, New York. Mike Tyson's promotions, and if Mendez wins, perhaps he can fight Yuriorkis Gamboa, as you mentioned moments ago. And, Mike, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the program today. Best of luck with this new venture, and we'll be watching.
Thank you so much, my friend.
That's Mike Tyson joining us here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. We will step aside for a quick breather. Back with more of the program after this.